Hey gang, this is Vicki Kelly with Golden Rule Trades. On the weekends, I like to step away from the charts and the patterns for a minute and talk about the skills that make us better traders. Today, I want to talk about the idea of 10,000 hours because if you see the real secret behind the 10,000 hour rule, you may just understand that you're practicing the wrong thing. You've probably heard the saying that it takes 10,000 hours to become an expert at something. But what often gets missed is what the author was actually trying to teach, and he spent years correcting this common misunderstanding. The point wasn't that you can just spend 10,000 hours playing golf and automatically become a great golfer. The point was that you must spend 10,000 hours practicing something specific. A golfer doesn't just play a round of golf again and again and again. They have to work on chipping and putting and driving. The tennis player doesn't just play matches for 10,000 hours. They practice hitting to a specific corner, placing the ball just over the net, or improving a particular serve. It's focused, deliberate practice that creates mastery. Well, the same is true in your trading. You don't just practice trading. You don't just sit behind a screen day after day after day. You need to practice one skill at a time. If you're a morning method student, you practice drawing your energy lines and then you redraw them. And then at the end of the day, you ask yourself, what else could I have seen? What did I miss? What did I see correctly? Where else could I have drawn my lines? One of the best tools for doing this is the playback feature in your platform. For example, if you use NinjaTrader, I've posted a video in the morning method showing you exactly how to download the market data and replay the sessions after the trading day is over. Now, you already know where the patterns formed, so you can train your eye to recognize them as they develop in real time. And that is where your edge comes from. Anyone can look at a chart after the fact and say, oh yeah, I see it. But your edge comes from recognizing the setup while it's forming and having the confidence to execute it. And that takes practice. Now, let me give you an example from my own trading. One of my weaknesses was holding trades long enough to reach my target. So I used the playback feature on my platform and I sped the market up 8 to 10 times faster so that it didn't take me another 2 hours to do it. And then I forced myself to sit there through the entire trade without exiting early. I wasn't just replaying the market. I was specifically practicing patience. Over time, that became easier because I had trained that one skill over and over and over again. That's the kind of practice that builds an edge. So if your platform has a playback feature, use it. Instead of waiting for tomorrow's market to get another opportunity, you can replay the today's session multiple times, and you can double or triple the number of quality repetitions that you get without risking another dollar. And those repetitions add up. Your goal is not just to log 10,000 trading hours. It's to spend 10,000 hours improving the specific skills that make you a better trader. Now, I'm going to link you to my trading plan blueprint because if you have an edge, you need to have that in writing. And you need to be able to review it every day before you trade. If you do not have it written down, this will help you do that. It will specifically walk you through different areas where you need to think about and have rules for your trading plan. Entries, exits, stops, targets, when you decide to size up, when you decide to size down. And it even talks about things like what happens if the electricity goes out. All those things you need to think about before you even risk a dollar in the market. Also, yesterday, I sent out a video and attached to that, I had a quiz that talked about, do you even have an edge? And it helped you to evaluate what part of your edge you had solid and what part you needed some help with. There were different categories to rate yourself. Practice each one of those pieces specifically. Take each part of that and say, I'm going to make sure I have this down solidly. It's one more thing to specifically practice to develop your edge. And if this video was helpful, give it a like and a share with a trading friend. Stay safe, and I will see you at the open.